Man, maybe we'll have to run this one just a little bit shorter than normal, so I don't pass out on camera. Why am I so tired? Oh, and another flaming friend here. Come right this way, please, please. Sir, have you heard? Have you heard the word? Perfect. Do take care of you in just 2 quick blasts. And let's definitely read this ID before we continue forward. Dextering, on the other hand, that we can leave by the wayside. Not excited about it whatsoever at this moment in time. Never know when things will change, but for now... Okay, we must have killed our friend there because no longer doing anything. Plus 4 Bardiche of causality. Oh, heavy branded. That's why you're dealing so much freaking damage. 52 damage with your weapon and kick for 5. You're probably pretty close to dead. Turns out your bow might... This might be one of those rare cases where your bow is slightly less terrifying. Alternatively, can I paralyze you? Oh, and I don't have blinking. Well, that's fun. At least we have a 90% chance of fearing you, so we have our escape, and in fact, I think we're just gonna have to use it. I say, with the confidence of someone who thinks they're gonna survive the next few moments. Oh gosh, I'm just endlessly chugging heal wounds and not really coming out ahead. Not like this, not like this. We had a 31% chance to paralyze you. I guess I could keep launching that your way. Turns out, heavy branded Centaur Warrior. Terrifying. So that's good. That's fun and exciting. What else can we do here? With Divine Exegesis, is there any way I can just end this? Neck Irritation doesn't quite do it. Disjunction is potentially actively bad. Could go Statue Form and at least give us some defenses. 34% chance of failure on Divine Exegesis, though. So don't love that. Oh, I didn't learn... For whatever reason, I thought I learned Dragon Form. Oh, me oh my. I think I just have to go for the paralysis and hope it works. Maybe net? 67% chance to hit you with net. Nothing but net. Throw it, you struggle against the net. And then just blast you with some radiation, my friend. Oh, that's kind of going off into the unknown. Let's not do that. Let's instead just hide in this corner, rock back and forth, and forget all of our fears and concerns. Oh, man. Yeah, let's actually learn Dragon Form now. It's getting pretty dang close to where we want it to be, and accidentally throwing a net is not in fact where we want to be, but that's fine. Maybe we turn into a dragon for the first time just for funsies, and that brings us up to 16 armor class, 12 evasion. Not bad. Oh right, and our necklace gives us cold resistance, so we're not going to deal with cold vulnerability in dragon form right off the bat. So that's awesome. That's just beautiful. And what else can we do? Let's Manifold Assault. Without unarmed training, didn't do incredible stuff, but still does a lot of damage. Being a dragon has its perks in that regard, I guess. And you know, now that this is at least kind of working out, I am going to turn on unarmed combat as a background option and just begin to get that trained up. And we don't go dragon mode this time to deal with our cold themed friend. Oh my gosh, could I have led more enemies through the miasma cloud? That might have been the play. That seems really nice. Very strong with minimal effort for me. Short sword of distortion. No, thank you. And we might as well finish off exploring this area, seeing as how we've done the vast majority of it seems. And turns out mostly spell books, so how about that? You also get a phantom mirror, which I will gladly grab here. Zom's piece, on the other hand, there's a reason why they call it a piece, if you know what I mean. So we'll just leave that bad boy by the wayside. And no dragon form against you, since we do unfortunately fail it right off the bat. 22%, still not the greatest odds. Acceptable, maybe, as we were mentioning earlier, but unfortunately acceptable doesn't always fit the bill. But let's blast you kiddos as you come waltzing around here. In fact, if I can split you up just a smidge, that seems ideal. Then we can switch over to this stairwell, rinse and repeat, and just be a sneaky little ogre in general here. Fantastic. We probably should have taken just the single one upstairs, but that's fine. All's well. It ends well here, and we are looking pretty fantastic. Awesome. Let's finish off D12, shall we? Hopefully, we've dealt with pretty much the worst that the end part of dungeon can bring to bear here. I mean, definitely seems like it, largely just because our D10 was such a nightmare. Anywhere else, how could it possibly be worse, you know? Don't answer that game. Please. Please don't answer that. Okie dokie. Well, slimes are definitely a bit of a problem at the moment. Unarmed 1.7. I guess we'll just keep walking away for now. Right, a skeletal warrior. Also not a whole lot of fun for the whole family. How much damage do you do? 39 plus pain. I'm out. Just happened to end at the perfect moment for us to get the heck out of Dodge. Does, though, mean I need to beat you in order to move forward with life. If I can just get Irradiate. We're sitting pretty. Pretty, rather. Maybe both pretty and pretty. Who's to say? But okay, we'll go Dragon Form to give us slightly more defensive capability. And then we'll blast you with Radiation. Perfect. We've at least regained our stairwell. Our entrance to the floor, so that's nice. Ooh, that is quite the pack. Well, Manifold Assault. Actually looking pretty nasty with it. Okay. Okay, being a dragon, pretty dang swell. Now watch me lose it mid-fight. Never mind. We're incredible. Oh, never doubted it for a second. Oh, I guess that's part of it. We're wearing relatively heavy armor here. So if I swap back to this, 10% on Dragon Form, it's definitely a bit more manageable. Then what we can do, let's double check my macros again real quick here. We want capital M for Dragon, capital N for Manifold Assault. It just makes sense, don't think about it too hard. Yes, M for Dragon, and N for Manifold Assault. If my brain can, you know, parse the actions I'm trying to take. There we go. We've done it. Whoop whoop. I'll close the door here, just make you come around, my friend. And actually, yeah, if we could get you next to me, that's ideal, just in case if they summon in anything scary, we could have immediately brought the contamination hammer down. But for the moment here, not looking too bad whatsoever. And the Manifold Assault begins. It truly is a thing of beauty. I'll tell you that much for free. Okay, let's just engage in fisticuffs with you to save magic. In fact, most single targets, I guess we might as well just charge the mound, as it were. Ooh, I should take this cloak, though. A couple additional points of AC could be invaluable for the future. Hopefully you don't have a heavy bardiche. Perfect. No artifact weapons for that big ol' horsey boy. Love to see it. And not too shabby. Almost caught up to where our armor class was in the Swamp Dragon scales. So that is quite fantastic in its own right. Okie dokie. We've definitely managed to settle into a bit more of an official steady state, not just a steady state relative to panic like we've seen earlier in the run, but overall, in the grand scheme of things for this run, I think we're in a pretty dang solid spot. This is generally where I'm struggling to get to on any ogre. I'm tempted to just fight you, and I think that's my stupid brain talking. Yeah, 120 health is probably a bit much. Just a smidge. So let's let the old man sleep. You know, it'd be rude to wake our elders. Instead, we'll just head down this way. We do, I believe, start roaring uncontrollably when we turn into a dragon, so, you know, that might be relevant in some sense. But I'm sure we'll be fine. Just run in here and take care of you. Kite Shield of Protection is pretty interesting. One of the few sources of armor class that works pretty well for an ogre. Not too shabby for sure. I guess we can throw out the stones and carry it around for a bit. We can always drop it, since it's at the very least going to be a minute where we actually want to use it. Oh baby, fighting with my family. Sorry, Lodul. Guess such is just the way it was meant to be. Can I breathe fire like this? Hell yeah, I can. Okay, maybe I didn't need to call out to Sif for additional magic, because turns out just our natural abilities as a red-blooded dragon, which now I'm going back and forth as to how accurate that is. I guess in this game, at least, dragons do have red blood. And I guess they would in general, as long as they follow the general trend for reptiles across the board. Oh, hello, Josephine. How is it going, my angsty friend? You know what? We're gonna start just blasting across the board. Fantastic. At least before that slow becomes too much of an omnipresent member of our encounter. And that should pretty much be the floor here. Fortunately, Irradiate, pretty much the best way to deal with any of these Tengu Sons of Guns, undodgeable damage, and all of that good stuff. What else can I draw? I mean, I'm guessing this 10 stack of potions is degeneration, but I could be wrong. If they're mutation, that'd be awesome. Have a bit of an extra supply in our back pocket for when those become more relevant in the later parts of the game. I guess, what did we leave behind in Orc? It was in Eton, I want to say. Orc entrance is on D5, so that's not true. It's D9. I don't know why my brain just filled in the wrong value. Regardless, let's poke our heads in here. Ooh, I no longer get to see what awaits us. I don't think we took care of the Eton, and that's why we ran away. Definitely seems like the right type of encounter to put the fear of Zot into us. But potentially, is something we could handle at this stage, now that we're feeling a little more ourselves. By ourselves, I mean very much not ourselves. Instead, a giant, what, like 3-ton lizard? That's actually an interesting question. How heavy are dragons? Maybe they're lighter than you'd expect, and that's how they stay airborne, you know? Otherwise, they just don't make sense. They're like bumblebees. The wings just, the size doesn't match the physics, you know? But hey, who's to say? We probably do wish to take a lightning rod onwards with us for our journey. Probably don't need the additional fire resistance. That seems fairly safe. And then we'll just turn into a dragon for a little bit. Again, gives us additional defenses as we get thrown into the throes of stonification, I guess is what my brain was trying to go with there. Kind of works, kind of doesn't. And Meliai sound like a pain in the rear. So let's head over to our stairwell, and as soon as we wish to leave, we don't want to use this stairwell. Yikes. Never mind. How fast are you? You are fast. Oh no. How many more hits do you have? Oh, jeez. I mean, you should die in one more fire attack, guaranteed, right? Never didn't happen, folks. Not a doubt in my mind. Now, if I could please make it to the stairwell for just the briefest of moments. Oh, me, oh my. Can't forget just how much damage those buddies do. So, actually, now that I think about it, Centaur Warrior Simulacrums are probably one of the scariest Simulacrums out there, because they're somehow still fast. Simulacrums are supposed to be quite a bit slower than their living counterparts. Unfortunately, Centaurs seemingly fast enough for that not to really be too much of a factor in, you know, my continued survival and all that good stuff. And then they also have multiple attacks, and each of the multiple attacks gets the big amount of cold damage appended to it. So Centaur Warriors, terrifying, just nightmare fuel. But regardless, I guess we did survive. Scrolls of Enchant Weapon I can pretty safely just toss on the ground for now. Don't see that changing anytime soon, since we are just going to be using our claws for the most part anywho. And sure, I'll turn into a dragon to take down some bees, why not? And that should be fantastic. We're at least sitting pretty for now. Keep training up kind of in the relevant schools for our current build, and then at some point we will probably wish to... There we go. Oh, no, cannot turn into a dragon. Perfect, that's exactly what I wanted. We'll probably switch over to like being able to get ignition up and running down the road, just so we have slightly more consistent AoE against groups of enemies. Manifold Assault is great and all, but sometimes starts to fall behind. Oh my gosh, that stack of 3 scrolls that I just got very recently, I think that was maybe D13, something like that. Those were our blinking scrolls. So we had no blinking scrolls at our disposal until just moments ago. But hey, at least we have that now. We have a bit more of a real escape option at our disposal. So that is beautiful. And that is looking to be our vault's entrance, if I had to guess. You, my friend, 32% chance of banishment? No, I refuse. I do not take you up on this, and I walk the other direction. In fact, I think we just get out of here for now.